What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and welcome on back to Mass Effect. And today, it is about to get thick. So, we've taken care of the entire galaxy at this point. We've literally done it all. We've checked every single system, every single cluster inside every single system. We've done everything. The only place we haven't been is the Exodus cluster, but that is actually on the block in the coming episodes, because I like to take care of this before we wrap up the main story. But the only thing that's left to do today is the Sentry Omega cluster. It's time to check out that council tip that we got about their team on Virmire. They sent somebody independently of us to go track down Saren's base and didn't tell us shit until that team got in trouble, so now we gotta go investigate and see what's going on there. And this is where a lot of the things we've been learning about, a lot of the things we've been chasing down, a lot of the things we've been doing, the bonds and the friendships we've had along the way, this is all gonna culminate here in something really cool. I love this location. I think this is probably my favorite mission in the whole game. Maybe Ilos is a little bit even to this, or maybe pulls ahead a little, but I think this is where, I would say this is where this game really shines and everything really comes to life. You gotta make some decisions here and there's sacrifices to be made. This is a really well-crafted mission and experience, I think. So, Virmire is a lush frontier world, ideal for colonization by carbon-based species. Its vast seas and orbital position on the inner life zone have created a wide equatorial band of humid, tropical terrain. Unfortunately, the political instability of the nearby terminus systems has impeded colonization efforts. The high risk of raids by pirates and slavers makes it an unappealing homestead, and that's where Saren decided to hang his hat, so you can imagine the kind of fortifications he probably has here in order to resist pirates and all the stuff surrounding him that would just want to kill him and take his shit, right? So the day length here is 22 hours, a little shorter than Earth days. The gravity, we're a little lighter here, and the surface temperature is 32 Celsius, so it's like being in Spain. Nice little vacation home. For this, I think what we'll do is we'll take Liara for sure, and then I guess we'll take, actually we'll take Tali. We'll get Tali down here with us.
Commander, I'm reading a signal. Must be our Salarian infiltration team.
Check out those defense towers.
Drop the Mako. We'll go in hot and take them out.
I'll get you in underneath their radar, Commander.
Again, Joker earning his stripes. You see him thread the needle right there. Through these narrow-ass cliff faces.
Stay out of range and continue evasive maneuvers until I bring those AA towers down.
I know the drill. Meet you at the camp once those towers are offline.
Like he said, he knows the drill. He doesn't need to be told about that. But yeah, the fact that he flew the Mako through this right here. Oh, sorry, flew the Normandy through this, dropped the Mako off and pulled up before he hit this. He's a hell of a pilot. Like he said, he knows the drill. We don't need to tell him how to do his job. We don't have to worry about the Normandy at all. That's going to be there when we're done with whatever that's going to go down here. Joker is a hell of a pilot. Definitely earned the right to call himself the best pilot in the entire Alliance fleet. I mean, what do you say? After like a couple months in the academy, he was out flying the instructors. Some drones to take care of here. I'm quite excited for this mission, actually. There's some really cool stuff that goes down on this planet that I'm going to try really hard not to talk about until we get to it, so that I don't spoil anything if anybody's never actually played this game. Which, if you haven't, hopefully by now you've been convinced to by watching my Let's Play. And maybe you're doing what I like to do with Let's Plays, where you kind of play the game alongside whoever you're watching, because that's how I consume Let's Plays. What I'll do is I'll fire up a game and I'll just go ahead and search YouTube randomly for a Let's Play of whatever I feel like playing when I play in my own time, because at this point, most things I've ever played, I've beaten multiple times. There's many games that I haven't already played. As new content comes out, I've kind of stopped doing that now because I like to do blind stuff for the channel, but if it came out at least a year ago, I've probably beaten it multiple times with a few exceptions, so games I've already played, I'll just fire up YouTube on the side, open up a Let's Play for whatever I'm playing, and then I'll play alongside them, because it adds like an extra layer of interesting stuff to me, right? Like, I like to hear somebody else's opinions on what they're consuming, what's going on screen, and how they're taking all that. The things they take from it, right? Like, I think I've watched at least 10 different Let's Play series for Mass Effect, multiples more of that for Dragon Age, just because it's fun. Like, I already know the game, I've already seen all the dialogue, I know everything that I took from it, so now I get to see what other people are taking from the media they consume too. And then sometimes they'll say something that you agree with, that you disagree with. You can have little like dialogues with yourself about it. It's very fun. That's how I consume Let's Plays. And then sometimes when something is brand new and I'm unsure about a purchase, sometimes I'll consume the Let's Play like that, just to see if it's worth my purchase. I'll watch somebody else play it, but typically I'll only watch like the first episode or two, and then I'll move on to something else. But Let's Plays is a really cool thing for video games. That's why I'm so interested in doing it myself, right? The whole reason I started the channel is because I was watching all these Let's Plays, and sometimes I felt like they would do it justice, and other times I kind of found myself watching it just being like, man, I feel like I could add something to this experience. For people who are old fans of the series, it'll be fun to like revisit and watch, and if you're new, I can put some shine on these kind of games, and maybe I picked up something, or I'll explain something, or find a build or a tactic that other people find really cool that they can take from, and provide like a companion experience to play the game. I think that stuff is cool, so if anybody does play these games while they watch my Let's Plays on the side, please let me know actually, because that'd actually be really cool. I'd be very interested to know. We're just gonna use Singularity here, we'll wrap them up. It's max level now, so it's just gonna suck up the whole room. Nothing they can do about it. Piece them up just like that. Obviously, we're still looting our weapon lockers for the XP, even though we don't really need it at this point. I fucked that up. Too busy yapping. There we go.
All targets down.
Yeah, companion Let's Plays are very underrated, I think. Or maybe I'm just weird and I'm the only one who consumes it like that, but every time I revisit a game, pretty much, if I'm not recording it, I'm watching somebody else who's recorded it while I play it, just in my own time. I think it's fun. Maybe that shows how much of an attention span difficulty I have, that I can't just sit there and play. I have to be doing something. Like I have to watch something in the background while I play, or things like that. The only exception to that, obviously, is blind playthroughs. I don't have anything in the... I like clear my schedule for blind playthroughs of video games, actually. Especially ones I'm excited for, like when Mass Effect 4 comes out, or I guess 5 if you count Andromeda's 4. Like, I will be doing nothing but that. There'll be nothing else taking my attention, and I'll be dissecting the hell out of that in my brain for the entire time I'm playing it. Which I'm kind of hopeful for the new Mass Effect game. The game director says all the right things on Twitter, but then again, it's easy to say all the right things, and then you take the game in a bad direction, or you don't actually believe the things he's saying. Could be a number of problems with that, so hopeful, but not guaranteed. I'm not going to pre-order it, but I'll be watching its development very, very closely with a hopeful, cheery eye. I hope they can make it work, because this original trilogy is magical, man. And the combat in Andromeda is really quite good. So if they can take their combat and gameplay mechanics forward like that, but recapture the old magic of the original trilogy, it'll be a dream come true for me. It'll be a game I can sink another 5,000 hours into, like I have Mass Effect in the original Dragon Age game. Which at the end of the day is always what I look for. Like, it's okay to get a game... It's still good to get a game that you can play through once, and it was really good, you loved it, and then never pick it up again, that's fine, right? If you absolutely loved your first playthrough, like Clair Obscur, I think, is one of those titles for me. Like, I don't think I'll play that again. Maybe I will, but now that I know the way the story works and all that stuff, it's kind of like, oh, well, it was cool, but... That's probably that, right? Like, thanks for the memories, but probably where I head out after I beat something like that. Unless they make an expansion, then of course I'll revisit. But games like Mass Effect, man, some games for me are just on a yearly replay. Dragon Age is like that too. I replay Dragon Age Origins literally every single year. There's certain movies that I watch every year too, like the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Bone Booth is another one. Gladiator is another one. There's series that I rewatch a bunch, like Walking Dead, Supernatural, Game of Thrones, the first 5 seasons of Game of Thrones at least, not really after that. But then you have Mass Effect, you have the Dragon Age games, mainly Origins. But I always replay the whole trilogy of Mass Effect, and then with Dragon Age I kind of just replay Origins every year, and then maybe sometimes that'll extend to Dragon Age 2, if I'm still feeling like revisiting. But usually I'll stop at Origins. Origins is like that's my sacred cow of video game RPGs, actually. And then Mass Effect, in my opinion, I think I've mentioned it in the series before, I'm sure I would have, is that I think this is the best RPG trilogy that's ever been made. None of them on their own are the single best RPG that I've ever played, but as a trilogy, as a complete experience from start to finish, nothing does it like the Mass Effect trilogy, at least for me. It offers such a complete, tight-knit continuation kind of experience through the whole series that I've just never found anything else that just lives up to that. Dragon Age certainly doesn't. I mean, Dragon Age is a mixed bag, right? At this point, you have more bad games in Dragon Age than you do good games, which is unfortunate, but Mass Effect is on a 3-to-1. Mass Effect has 3 really good games and 1 bad game. And Andromeda is really only bad because of the story. The gameplay itself is pretty good, and it wasn't very polished either. The game had bad polish, just in terms of animations and gameplay bugs and things like that, but the gameplay core itself with the cross-class combos, skill builds, gear builds, and all that stuff, that's all good. No problems there at all. And I think that's the best combat system in the whole trilogy, actually. I think they took where Mass Effect 3 left off and expanded on it really, really well. Yeah, I don't have many complaints about Andromeda's gameplay. The story is just abysmal. The writing team did a pretty bad job. The dialogue is all clunky and weird. Gate open. The overall narrative is bad too. Like, the cat as an enemy is a decent concept, I suppose. Like, the whole genetic transition thing, and I can't help but think that maybe they
I'm reading that the grid is
designed the cat kind of based on
Salarian base now.
the
Ready to
Reapers.
move on your word, Shepard.
But we can't get into that too much based on where we are in the story right now. But the cat just feel like a discount Reaper to me, which is also, I guess, is going to be a problem following up any kind of Mass Effect title now. Is since they have to pick a kind of ending of what happens at the end of this, they're going to have to try and make a new threat. And any kind of threat that they could conceive, I have a hard time thinking about some kind of enemy to fight in the Mass Effect universe where it's just like, damn, this shit's like intimidating after the Reapers. There's the Normandy. He's floating around. We got the first AA gun down, so there's one more AA tower to take care of. And again, that just goes to show the defenses it takes for Saren's base of operations to be here. He has all these Geth, he has AA towers and defense batteries all over the place. He must have built this world up, literally piece by piece, with a lot of credits. You gotta wonder how he paid for this facility. Maybe Spectre money just pays that well, right? I'm sure he uses Balaban's services. We're all actually still using, I think at least, we all should still be using the rounds that do bonus damage to get. I have to check that actually, because some of them actually do kind of feel a little bit chunky. Let's take a look at that. What are we using? Yeah, I'm using Shredder rounds. That's the wrong round to be using right now, Shepard. So polonium, we're looking for tungsten. Yeah, here it is, tungsten. 40 damage to synthetics. Then we'll go to Liara, we'll make sure that she's doing the right thing too. You can switch to the Karpov 10 as well while you're here. Did we, perchance, get you a boost on light armor? The Mercenary is actually better than Colossus, but only slightly. You see, it's not really worth the dip, and the damage protection is way down, so we won't be doing that, needless to say. Yeah, Biotic Amp is the best in slot. Take a cooldown bonus. The Nexus one is a banger. I think Tali already has the best Omni tool, right? With the Savant? Yeah. We don't have any Quarian armor for you. Do we have a pistol buff? The Razor 10 is a little better for you. Alright, so let's see. What are you using? Why are you using Sledgehammer? I must have misclicked that at some point. Let's give you tungsten rounds as well. We'll go in here and we'll give you combat optics. And then for Liara, we'll make sure that you are using tungsten. Yeah, my whole team was still loaded out to fight organics. Let's get you with tungsten rounds. And now those Geth should start falling over real nice. You got a level up. I think, yeah, Tali's the only one with points because she wasn't present for the other stuff. So we did max out her hacking. So now we'll max out your damping. And then from there, we'll start leveling up your shotguns because that's the only other thing you're going to be pulling out really in combat. I'm gonna alternate pistol, shotgun, and damping, hacking is the only things I really need to use for her. The sabotage is cool if you get the opportunity, but you're mainly gonna use your cooldowns for her against the Geth, so. Yeah, that's much better. Loadout makes the difference. The fact that we can just kill them now before they even get the gap closed speaks for itself, based on how much damage we were doing before. Oh boy. It's a sketchy one. There we go. That gate open.
Was the final gate. Our path to the Salarian Camp should be clear from here.
Okay, so there was only one AA battery tower to worry about. Just a straight shot to the Salarian Camp now. I guess we'll get to see what the hell's going on, what kind of shit show they're stuck in, and why they only decided to send a broken transmission that gave no information at all. Love the soundtrack. This really is like a paradise world too. This like reminds me of Hawaii. It literally is the kind of place a human would want to go to vacation. So let's run it.
Commander, Normandy's touched down at the base, but it looks like we're grounded. The Salarian captain can explain when you get here.
I was trying to figure out what these are. Are these like ocean defenses so you can't rock a ship up here? Sentry towers, maybe? Yeah, that's why I paused there. I was trying to figure out what they are. Lush green all over the mountaintops. The kind of place you'd send special forces to train too. Just drop them here with no food and tell them to survive. Really like this character too. You saw his name for a second there.
What are we supposed to do now?
Stay put until we can come up with a plan.
Are you in charge here? What's the situation?
I'm Captain Kirrahe, 3rd Infiltration Regiment STG. You and your crew have just landed in the middle of a hot zone. Every AA gun within 10 miles has been alerted to your presence.
What are we supposed to do in the meantime?
We stay put until the Council sends the reinforcements we requested.
We are the reinforcements.
Hate to break it to you.
You're all they sent? I told the Council to send a fleet.
And that's not what came through in the message.
We couldn't understand your transmission. They sent me to investigate.
That is a repetition of our task. I lost half my men investigating this place.
So what have you found?
Saren's base of operations. He set up a research facility here, but it's crawling with Geth and very well fortified.
Is he here? Have you seen him?
No, but his Geth are everywhere, and we've intercepted some comms referring to Saren. This is his facility, there's no doubt about that.
What's Saren researching?
He's using the facility to breed an army of Krogan.
How is that possible?
Wrex would obviously be very interested in this.
Discovered a cure for the Genophage.
And I guess now we have the answer as to why Saren has been able to get Krogan all over the place and all his little units and squads that he's sending out. He's literally found a way to cure the Genophage and breed them. Or clone them, or whatever's going on here.
What's so important about curing this Genophage?
It was the solution to the Krogan problem.
We introduced the Genophage to the Krogan population after the uprising, to quell their numbers. Without it, the Krogan will quickly overrun the galaxy. And these Krogan follow Saren.
This is a touchy situation for Wrex. Regardless of what's going on with the Krogan here, we gotta stop Saren. We can't let him have an army of Krogan, and whatever he's doing to them, they're clearly super hyper loyal to him, so we gotta stop that. We gotta shut that down.
The Geth are bad enough, but a Krogan army? He'd be almost unstoppable.
Exactly my thoughts. We must ensure that this facility and its secrets are destroyed.
Destroyed? I don't think so. Our people are dying. This cure can save them.
If that cure leaves this planet, the Krogan will become unstoppable. We can't make the same mistake again.
We are not a mistake.
For all Rex's talk about giving up on the Krogan, as soon as he finds out that there's potentially a cure for his people, he's right on board again to defend them and try and help his people. For as much as he talks about giving up and how it's a lost cause and that he doesn't care, he clearly still does, right? The second he heard about the Genophage, he came right over. Now he's like speaking for his people, on behalf of his people. So Captain Kirrahe is actually a really cool character. I love this guy, and he just asked us if Wrex is going to be a problem, and I don't think so. I think he'll listen to me. I think I've earned his respect and his loyalty, and I think he'll listen to reason if we explain the reasons why we want to destroy this facility. I think he'll understand.
He'll be fine. I'll talk to him.
I'd appreciate that, Commander.
I'm sure
My
you
men and I
would.
need to rethink our plan of attack. Can you give us some time?
Go ahead, Captain. I'll come back soon.
We won't be long, Commander. In the meantime, if you need any supplies, you can talk to Commander Rentola. He's in one of the tents nearby.
Yeah, Salarians are squishy. I know none of them want to talk to him.
Yeah. I wouldn't be so worried if it wasn't for Wrex. He looks like he's gonna blow a gasket.
You think I should go talk to him?
It wouldn't hurt. Well, it might, actually. Just do it carefully.
I'll be careful, but be ready, just in case.
I'm always ready.
And indeed she is. I don't think Wrex will be a problem.
I don't like the way Wrex is behaving. He's really on edge.
Wouldn't you be, Caden, given the circumstances?
It won't be an easy fight, but we're ready when you are.
I think everybody would be a little on edge here. Your entire species is, you know, it's dying. Everybody's giving up. They're starting out to be mercenaries. Nobody's having children. Your culture, your entire society is collapsing. And then all of a sudden, the uncurable disease is mystically cured on this mystery island, but it's run by the main villain who wants to destroy the galaxy. It's a pretty perfect position to be on edge about, I think.
I'm concerned about Wrex. Can we still trust him?
I think so. I'm not too worried.
The upcoming battle frightens me, but I know Saren must be stopped.
Again, Tali with her head on straight, despite her age.
Greetings, human. I am Commander Rentola. I can provide you with supplies for the upcoming mission. For anything else, I suggest you speak with Captain Kirrahe.
Just tell me what you have available.
We have limited reserves. We requested a fleet to destroy Saren's base. Instead, they sent you.
I'm still pretty capable.
Your request never came through. We'll just have to make do.
That much is clear.
Yeah, you'll see.
Let me see what you have.
What little there is.
Normandy and her crew are worth multiple fleets, in my opinion, at least. So they have a grenade upgrade we'll obviously take, and they have an Armali Council license. And the Armali Council license, I believe, is for Asari goods. I think the Armali Council is part of Asari space, I think. So we did just lose our max money again, so we'll start selling some of these things from the bottom tier back to max right away. So tungsten, shredder we'll keep. We can start dropping proton rounds, I think, because at this point all the enemies we're going to be fighting is going to be specialized to where we don't really need things like proton rounds, because it's either going to be organics or synthetics. If it's synthetics, we need tungsten. If it's organic, we need shredder. So we're not going to be really using polonium for anything at this point. There's no reason to poison the Geth when you can just fry its ass with tungsten, right? Beyond that, I think we already have most of our staff with plenty of medical interfaces, but I'll keep a few just in case. Incendiary explosive can go, cryo explosive can go. Okay. Cleared up our inventory a little bit. I just don't want to run into a point where I find loot and then I can't pick it up, because every box we open is a chance to be Colossus, and that's the one that I want and need, so let's Kirrahe.
The mission will succeed. The captain will not have it any other way.
It's interesting to see Salarians in this position, because Salarians are quite squishy. So to see them in a situation where they're frontline soldiers here in a spy group, it's interesting to me. Wrex is blowing off steam. And one more place to loot. Here's Liara too.
I am worried that Rex's allegiance to you may be waning.
Waning, but not broken. It's normal to have doubts in a situation like this. This can actually end multiple ways. You can totally end up having to fight Wrex here, or you can try and make him see reason. I guess we're about to find out which one we're getting.
This isn't right, Shepard. If there's a cure for the Genophage, we can't destroy it.
I understand why you feel that way.
I understand you're upset, but we both know Saren's the enemy here. He's the one you should be angry with.
Really? Saren created a cure for my people. You want to destroy it.
At what cost,
Help me
Wrex?
out here, Shepard. The lines between friend and foe are getting a little blurry from where I stand.
It's not as easy as all that, Wrex, and you gotta also see the point that they are enslaved. Saren is giving them the cure, or breeding them, or however he's going about this, under the context of them being frontline battering rams, and he's sending them to the death. And isn't that the whole problem they have with the rest of Citadel species? When they uplifted the Krogan to throw their bodies at the Rachni, Saren is doing the exact same thing. He just cured them of something instead of uplifting them and helping them along genetically, but it's the exact same thing. They're just using you as cannon fodder, man. Do you really want that for your people again? And look, if we can salvage the cure somehow from this facility, if it's not made weirdly with sovereign tech or any of that stuff, I would be totally down for saving this cure and giving it to the Krogan. But if let's be honest, it's probably made with sovereign tech. It's probably highly involved in indoctrination. The process is all probably designed that way. So we can't just give that to all your people. It's not safe.
This isn't a cure, it's a weapon. And if Saren is allowed to use it, you won't be around to reap the benefits. None of us will.
That's a chance we should be willing to take. This is the fate of my entire people we're talking about. I've been loyal to you so far. Hell, you did more for me than my family ever did. But if I'm going to keep following you, I need to know we're doing it for the right reasons.
We're absolutely doing it for the right reasons, and we don't need to be standing off throwing weapons at each other right now. Because at the end of the day, like Shepard just said, if we don't do this, and Saren wins, the galaxy is over. So what's the point in having cured Krogans? You know me better than this, Wrex.
Wrex, these Krogan are not your people. They're slaves of Saren. Tools. Is that what you want for them?
No, we were tools for the Council once. To thank us for wiping out the Rachni, they neutered us all. I doubt Saren will be as generous.
Very true.
All right, Shepard. You've made your point. I don't like this, but I trust you enough to follow your lead.
Wrex is a G, man.
When we find Saren, I want his head.
You can have it. Yeah, Wrex is a G. Can you imagine having to choose between the fate of your people or the orders of your commanding officer like that? Especially somebody you haven't known for very long. Like, Wrex has known us for, what's it been? Like, probably a couple weeks, maybe a month or two at this point, in terms of how long we've been flying around on the Normandy. And he's trusting to follow us here against what he perceives to be the best interest of his people. That Wrex is such a G. To see clearly and to see eye to eye in this kind of stakes, especially with guns pointed at each other like we just had, Wrex is the man. He earns my respect more and more as the game goes on.
Thank you for speaking with the Krogan. The assault on Saren's base will be difficult enough as it is.
I guess he got his plan while we were unfucking that situation.
I assume that means you've come up with a plan.
Of sorts.
I would hope so.
Convert our ship's drive system into a 20-kiloton ordnance. Crude, but effective.
Nice. Drop that nuke from orbit, and Saren can kiss his Turian ass goodbye.
Unfortunately, the facility is too well fortified for that. We'll need to place the bomb at a precise location.
So we gotta travel up through his fortifications with a nuke, huh?
Where do we take the nuke? And how do we get there?
The bomb must be taken to the far side of the facility. Your ship can drop it off, but we'll need to infiltrate the base, disable the AA guns, and pacify any ground forces first.
You want us to go in on foot? We don't have enough men.
It does sound a bit risky. Is there no other way?
No, but I think we can work around that. I'm going to divide my men into 3 teams and hit the front of the facility. While we've got their attention, you can sneak your shadow team in the back.
That's a hell of a risk you're about to take. The fact that he's willing to be on that team too, the distraction team, he's not asking to be on my team, so he's more than willing to put his ass on the line for the mission here. Gotta respect to lead him from the front.
It's a good idea, but your people are gonna get slaughtered.
We're tougher than we look, Commander. But it's true. I don't expect many of us will make it out alive. And that makes what I'm going to ask even more difficult. I need one of your men to accompany me, to help coordinate the teams.
Honestly, it's a good idea, right? Everybody on my entire crew is hyper capable, but these Salarian STG are too. It's worth noting that they're very, very capable. They're like every special forces ever, right? SAS, SBS, Delta Force. That's what these guys are. That's what STG is. That's the Salarian version of those. So every single special forces deserves respect, and they could probably take out 10 of Saren's Geth by the time they drop.
We'll need someone who knows Alliance communication protocols.
I volunteer, Commander.
Not so fast, LT. Commander Shepard will need you to arm the nuke. I'll go with the Salarians.
With all due respect, Gunnery Chief, it's not your place to decide.
Why is it that whenever someone says, with all due respect, they really mean kiss my ass?
She's got a fine point there. That is usually what that comes down to, huh? There's always a but coming after the all due respect. What is it they say? Anything anybody ever says before but, you should just pretend like they didn't say. So if somebody tells you, like, look, man, I really like you, but, like, ignore that I really like you part, because you're about to hear the truth.
Who would be better suited to the mission?
Either of these 2 will do, Commander. Both seem willing to sacrifice their lives if necessary, though if we are lucky, such sacrifices won't be required.
Caden volunteered, and Caden here is the superior officer to Ash. So if he wants to go, then he's the one that should go, right? They would obviously both volunteer. Caden also has his head more screwed on tightly. Everything we know about Ash's family and her background, she's a little too eager to sacrifice herself and throw herself on the sword. Whereas Caden, I believe, would genuinely want to make it home. So I'm going to send Caden with Kirrahe.
Elenko, you're with the captain. Keep it simple, understood?
Aye, aye, Commander.
It'll also help them a lot to have a biotic on deck.
Onto the Normandy and brief your crew on its detonation sequencing. Do you have any questions before we go, Commander?
Plenty.
The Normandy's picking me up. How will your teams escape the blast?
Considering my team is going to be on your team.
The Geth as long as possible. Once the bomb is in place, we will fall back to try and escape the blast radius. If we move quickly, we should be able to escape with acceptable casualties. If not, then our memories will live on as martyrs to a greater cause.
You talk like this is a suicide mission.
I won't lie to you, Commander. There is a chance none of us will survive this assault, even your team. But we do what is necessary.
We do what is necessary.
Shadow seems clear enough. What will the other teams be called?
Eigor, Manavai, and Jaeto. They were the initial settlements on our first 3 colony worlds. They are at the heart of Salarian territory to this day. These names will remind my men what they are fighting for. They must have a personal stake in the fight if we are to have any chance of success.
Yeah, you gotta give credit where credit's due for being willing to put your ass on the line in the front fire like this for any soldier, really. It's an impressive thing.
Give me a quick rundown of the plan again.
You are Team Shadow. We will create a distraction while you infiltrate the base. Make your way to the breeding grounds at the heart of the facility. Disable the AA guns so the Normandy can land and deliver the nuke. If we get that far, we'll try to help you with guns, but don't count on it. Once you have the bomb, place it next to the geothermal taps. Then get out before it detonates.
Put it down, hit the big red button, and just run for your life, I guess. That's the play.
I want to know more about the bomb. How reliable is it going to be?
Its reliability depends on the person arming it, but it will do the job. The drive system is highly impervious to damage from external sources. Once it has been armed, very little can stop it. The key is getting it into place and armed before the Geth can stop us.
Sounds good to me.
I'm ready when you are, Captain.
Excellent. Then if you'll excuse me, I need to prepare my men.
Well, this is it. Don't do anything foolish while I'm gone, Ash. And that goes for you too, Commander.
We'll be fine, LT.
Yeah, good luck.
Keep your head down, man. And honestly, any of us could get sniped right over this wall, so if you got something to say.
Is there something you wanted to say, Caden?
It's just weird going under someone else's command.
Yeah,
I've got so used to
see
working
that.
with you. All of you.
Don't worry so much. We'll see you on the other side.
I know,
It's the kind of attitude
I
you
just
need.
wanted to say that it's been an honor serving with you, Commander.
It doesn't matter if we're not in the same unit. We're still a team. Watch each other's backs, keep your eyes open, and fight like I know you can. We'll all come out of this in one piece.
Aye, aye.
You bet, Commander.
Caden's a capable individual. I have no
You
doubts.
all know the mission and what is at stake. I have come to trust each of you with my life, but I have also heard murmurs of discontent. I share your concerns. We are trained for espionage. We would be legends, but the records are sealed. Glorying in battle is not our way. Think of our heroes. The silent step who defeated a nation with a single shot. Or the ever-alert who kept armies at bay with hidden facts. These giants do not seem to give us solace here, but they are not all that we are. Before the network, there was the fleet. Before diplomacy, there were soldiers. Our influence stopped the Rachni, but before that, we held the line. Our influence stopped the Krogan, but before that, we held the line. Our influence will stop Saren. In the battle today, we will hold the line.
Love a speech.
Good luck, Commander.
Hold the
We
line.
will meet again.
Got no doubts on that either. Yeah, I like Kirrahe's speech there, right? Hold the line. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of honor and pride and tradition inside military history like that, especially within certain units, so reminding everybody of that before they head on out. That'd be a good call for morale, and not only that, but just mental preparation and do what you gotta do, right? Like, they might all die there, especially on their team. We have the easy job here, because we're gonna be carving up the middle through the path that they're opening for us by being a distraction, aka putting their asses in the sky to get them shot off. So, that's a tough call. I think I would honestly always make the decision that I made on who to send with him. I think Caden makes the best choice, right? Senior officer, he's a biotic, so he can throw heavy fire down and protect them with barriers, lifts, warps, throws, all that stuff. Ashley is she's just a soldier, which is it's not so much that I'm saying she's incapable, but in terms of their capabilities, right, they already have plenty of soldiers. What does another assault rifle mean when they can have another gun plus all the biotics? There's no Salarian biotics on their team, so they need a biotic more so, right? Plus, he's the superior officer. He volunteered first. And Ash has the whole thing going on with the Williams family history where she's just eager to die for it, to redeem her family. And I don't need somebody who wants to, like, fall on the sword so easily. I need somebody who wants to get out of there alive. That's the call I would genuinely make in that position, I think. Anyways, that is going to be the perfect spot to split this one on up before we head into the Virmire assault. So thank you for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please do check out those links in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Mass Effect. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.